Appleblossom the Possum by Holly Goldberg Sloan. Chapter 33. Appleblossom sighs. Two things are certain. Being a friend to a monster is a lot of work, and nighttime is so much easier than daytime. She has spent hours with the small people who make sounds that Appleblossom can't understand. At one point, the people slipped Appleblossom into a strange sack and traveled with her outside. Appleblossom believed it might be her chance for freedom, but it wasn't. Instead, the mini-monster took one of the small screens that people hold in their hands, and sometimes hold to their heads, and she aimed it right at Appleblossom. But before the possum could panic, whatever was happening was over, and the people had returned it to her sack. Now she is back in the house, in the monster's room. The dog is still just on the other side of the wood barrier, seemingly waiting for an opportunity to rip her head right off her body. Finally, darkness arrives. It feels to Appleblossom as if the start of the new night holds some kind of promise. The littlest people looks happy but tired as she carries Appleblossom into the area with the water chair and the empty white pond. She places soft things that she takes from her sleeping nest into the empty pond, and then she very carefully sets down Appleblossom. "Good night, my possum pal," she says. "You sleep here in the tub. Tomorrow will be all kinds of new fun." She then shuts the door and goes to her nest, or at least that's where Appleblossom thinks she goes. She can't see. Even though Appleblossom ate grapes and cheese and crispy sesame crackers, she knows now that she would take a dried-out worm, a rotten apple, and a handful of caterpillars any day of the week for her freedom. The littlest people is kind, but being a prisoner in a monster house is not the way Appleblossom wants to spend her life. It doesn't take long before she can hear the sound, through the closed door, of the little monster breathing in that slow way that means she's asleep. Mercy! Appleblossom pulls herself up and looks around. There has to be a way out. Above, she can see a sliver of the moon shining down through the clear opening. How she yearns to be out in the world. She opens her mouth, and all she can manage is, "Antonio? Amlet?" But she knows it's useless. They will never hear her. She looks upwards and whispers, "Mama, I'm stuck here. Mama? Ma?" But luck isn't on her side, and the world is silent. Stay tuned for Appleblossom the Possum, Chapter 34.